Time to talk winners and losers with our financial expert, Rob Black. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Daria, how are you?
Well, I'm good, and it looks like Netflix is going to be okay, too. I mean, a good show goes a long way.
Yeah. Stranger Things pulled in 1.3 billion hours of viewership since season 4 came out. So our kids probably aren't going outside is the thought there, Daria. And Netflix only lost about 970,000 subscribers versus the expectations of 2 million. This is a case of Wall Street was fearing the worst, but ultimately got the better number. And you're seeing Wall Street respond today. We're not as afraid of earnings season as we were just a couple days ago.
Well, you said the stocks are extending their gains, but we do still have, we're still corporate earnings to come, right?
Yeah, we're very early on. Tesla's going to report earnings tonight. Next week, we're going to get Apple and Google and Microsoft. A lot of big names still out there. So far, we've had the financial companies, and they're basically telling us global recession is going to happen. U.S. recession is going to be small. So we're getting a lot of data. And again, it's not as bad as we think, but the markets are having a great two-day rally. Love it, but I'm also concerned that it may be a bounce, a technical bounce from an oversold condition, or the Federal Reserve may throw, water on the party next Wednesday as they increase interest rates, probably 75 basis points. And that takes about 6 months to really slow down the economy. So I think there's some slowing coming. I agree with the recession thoughts. But we were oversold, so it's nice to see a bit of a rally.
I can't even believe that here in the middle of July, you're talking about back to school sales. Really?
Yeah, the striking number is it costs the average American family about $20 in swipe fees, because that's what it's costing the retailer. And the retailer ultimately passes those on to us. The biggest cost of business is labor. Second biggest cost of business are swipe fees. So you're going to see Congress try to crack down more and more on Visa and companies like MasterCard and American Express for the swipe fees, not the credit card companies, but the swiping of credit cards.
Right.
It does hit small businesses very, very hard.
I know a lot of small businesses that just go, sorry, we're not going to, like the yogurt shop. Small businesses say we're not going to accept credit cards. Costs too much. Okay. What about home sales? Are they doing any better now as far as, like, if we can't afford a home in the Bay Area, is it getting any better?
Yes and no. Inventory is starting to move in the right direction, but ultimately what we have here is that mortgage rates have moved higher, but the numbers that we're seeing right now, they still don't reflect the mortgage rates moving higher, but the inventory is moving higher. We're at 3 months, anywhere between 2 and 4 months. It is a seller's market. Anywhere between 4 and 6 months, it's a buyer's market. Anything after 6 months, and you just see owners slash prices of their homes. So, because it's too long to hold on to inventory. The median home is $416,000, so that's up 13.4% year over year. But we are starting to see a noticeable trend. And if I were a betting man, I'm not a betting man, but if I were a betting man, I would think we'll see lower end homes hit the hardest. Higher end homes are still holding up pretty well, but we are seeing a slowdown in activity. So if you're banking on your home going up higher in value in the next 3 to 6 months, I probably wouldn't bank on it.
And I think a lot of people just want to get their foot in the door of a home, so they'll be happy if they're shoppers. What about, okay, now I know historically from talking to you, sometimes you say college isn't worth it, depending on the major and the college, and I'm just wondering if you're seeing any trends in college enrollment now.
Yeah, I was a little bit shocked by this. I had a friend that went to Mills College, and I didn't realize they'd been acquired. And smaller colleges are collapsing and failing at a historic rate in the United States. And we've seen a lot of mergers and acquisitions in the conferences, like USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-12, and that seems unheard of. But it's all about the money. Smaller colleges are starting to go out of business, and they're putting themselves up for sale to East Coast colleges. So Mills, an exclusive Oakland-based all-female college, which has high expensive tuition. The private colleges, the smaller colleges, are more expensive usually, and people are just saying no. So enrollments dropped for college attendance this fall to 16.2 million, down from 19.6 million a few years back. And there's also a trend that companies like Google and Facebook are saying, hey, we can put modules on YouTube and train our employees that way versus higher education. So a lot of low-paying jobs are becoming higher-paying jobs because there's more of a trend to move education to online where the costs do come down. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. But it's also telling you the college system's failing and struggling at this point in time because it's just turned into the haves and the have-nots. But the have-nots are going online, not taking on college debt and getting a good education for a better paying job. Not a great paying job, but a better paying job.
Yeah, and I feel like when you say the system's failing colleges and it's failing students too, we got to figure something out. Because a kid can't go to school if it's going to cost like 50 to 70 grand a year. That just seems impossible.
Let's just play with those numbers one more time. Enrollment's down to 16.2 million from 19.6 million. That's 3 million people.
Yeah.
In theory, colleges give you a higher paying job, which means you're paying more taxes. And people like me who are going to retire in 10 years, we want Social Security. We want taxes for better roads. So we're losing a higher paying taxpayer by not investing in education.
Yeah.
And that's the whole Republican-Democrat debate that I don't want to get into, but I think paying for better colleges is a smart thing to do, and China's catching us fast.
Yeah, I'd appreciate a little help with my kids. I know you would too when they get there, Rob. All right, which will be back to school before you know it. If you would like to chat with Rob, you can shoot him an email or reach him on Facebook or Twitter. We'll be right back.